everyone, this is Deb. Welcome to the July episode of Oh So Inspired Collaboration. This is hosted by Call Me Crafty Al, who is Alicia, and there are quite a few other participants in the collaboration. They will all be linked below. We post on the 15th of every month, and we are going so far through December of this year. Our inspiration this month, provided to us by Alicia, was this blog. It is by a lady named Emma Williams, and her blog is called That's Life, and this article was Let It Fly Away, and it's this absolutely stunning tag, mixed media tag. It has so much going on with it, and I love it. When Alicia, she kind of gave us some things and said, which of these would you choose if you were doing this collab, and we all voted and things, and this was one of them. When I saw this, I was like, that has to be it. That has to be it. One. That one. I want that one. Well, sometimes, you should be careful what you wish for. And here's my dilemma. To me, this is perfection. This tag is perfect mixed media. It has the ideal amount of texture in the background, the ideal amount of background color. The butterflies, of course, are stunning. She's got a teacup. She's got it wrapped with twine. I mean, the textures and the colors, everything is just right. So I love it, but because of that, I really had trouble moving away from it a little bit to find my own inspiration. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I want to do exactly that, but I can't because I don't have everything that is exactly that, and that would be totally copying. But I want that. So, I really had trouble starting on this project because of that dilemma. I just could not get my brain to go somewhere else and get away from this image exactly to give me inspiration. I just loved it so much. It was like I couldn't think outside that. So yeah, I had a little bit of a mental block. So here's the day before we're supposed to post, and I'm starting to get a panic attack. Okay, so I said, okay, Deb, just go through your stuff. You got tons of butterfly stuff. Just pick something and do something. And I did. So I had really just gotten this not long ago, embossing folder. I ordered off Amazon. It came from overseas, and clearly it's a butterfly. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a simple card. Yeah, well, nothing simple with me, but anyway, because I don't know what I'm doing. But so I found these A2 cards. They were from Love Nicole, AC Moore. Card and envelopes, these. Well, guess what? This embossing folder is slightly bigger than the A2. The oval went slightly off. And so I tried it on an A7, and it was way too small for it. I couldn't fit it on there right. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I used the A2, and I just let it go slightly off at the edges. And then when I did that, if you notice, there's black paint on here, and I've had this happen with a different brand that has purple on it too. I know you probably aren't supposed to put the other piece of paper under there when you run it through the machine, but yeah, I did. So I got a slight image on the inside, like a shadow, okay? I left it there. I thought, well, it's not so bad. Yeah, this card's not going anywhere. But so then I got out my brand new Stampin' Right 2018 to 20 in color markers. dual tip markers, and I used the yellow and the blue and the green. And I thought, I'm just gonna color it and see what happens. So I colored the blue spots in, and then I colored the little green dots, and then I did the yellow background, and then I used my Stamp and Blend pen, and I blended it pretty good. It was really bright, so I thought, okay, well that's done. And then all the rest of this was all just white, and I'm like, now what? I was really stuck. So I thought, well, I'm just playing around, I might as well play some more. So I got these out. These were brand new. I've had them for a while, a long while. Never used them. Artist Loft Pearlescent Watercolor Pan Set. So I thought, okay, I'll try it. So then I spent 20 minutes digging, thinking I had Stampin' Up! Aqua pens, I think they're called. But I don't. I have the Ranger water brush by Tim Holtz, and so I did get that out. I filled it with water, and I used mostly this sort of green teal and this blue here and this one here, and all I did was, and I love that water pen, it allowed me to do fairly decently all the little details on that embossing folder. I did go off the lines some places on the swirlies, oh my. And then around the outside it was just like too bright white, so I needed to tone that down. So I took the aqua pen and I just used this pearlescent beigey color, and I went all around the outside. So that made, to me, it makes it look more like an old wall or something. The only thing is, this A2 paper is not watercolor paper, so you know it's a little bit wobbly. I'll have to put it in a book or something. And then the stamp, let me see if I can figure out which one that was again. Oh boy, I thought I had everything right here. Well, I might have to come back to that. I might have to, oh wait, hang on, getting there. Oh, that's not it. I'm not sure what stamp that is right at this moment. Oh, it's probably the one I already put away. Anyway, it says, it actually was a word that said thank you all the way across, and I masked it, did the thank, and then masked it here again and did the you, and then on the inside just a little for your kindness. And that is stamped in, I believe, crumb cake. The Stampin' Up! Crumb cake. This is an old one. This was one I got at a yard sale. So that's it on that. That's my little card. And then I thought, that's not enough. It looks like crap. I'm not happy. Everybody's gonna stop watching me. Yeah. Clearly I'm not an artist, but I wasn't happy with just doing that much. So I did do a tag, and my starting point was these new Julie Nutting 48 tag pad, which I've already ripped, and I believe I used this one, this top one, which is sort of a, anyway, we'll see what I did to it in a moment. I'm just gonna bring it up. Here's what I did. I did do mixed media, and honestly though, guys, every step was a now what decision still, and I like it. I don't love it the way I love hers, but I like it. Okay, so the first thing I did was I got out, because I know she had texture in the background, I went through my stencils, and I was like, ooh, I'll just use this butterfly here. Well, guess what? That's not the one, that the pack that I have. I have this pack. So I used this sort of burlappy, I guess, looking stencil, and I used Deco Art Dimensional Effects Paintable Texture Paste. Love, love. excellent stuff. Loved it. I'm not an expert, but I really liked using that. It worked well. It didn't take forever to dry. Yeah, I liked it. And I don't work for Deco Art, guys. And I just lost something. Anyway. How can stuff disappear right in front of my nose? Anyway. So I did that and I let it dry. While I thought about and looked for what else am I going to do. So I thought, okay, I actually have the same butterflies she used. I have the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection Flutter, and I got them not very long ago. And I also have the framelets, which I might not be able to find right now. Oh my. Yeah. Anyway, I have the framelets that match, and I have temporarily misplaced those in this mess too. Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. So anyway, I used those. That's just bizarre. I used those, and I stamped them on just white cardstock, Recollection, 65-pound, whatever, cardstock. And I used these, and the reason I used these, because I didn't have many colors in Stampin' Up's ones, but these are Artist Loft watercolor pencils, which I also had not used before. See, they still have the thingy on. But there's 24 colors in here, so I used them, and again I used the blender pen, and then I actually went over them with the aqua, whatever, the water brush, and I think they came out beautifully, if I may say so myself. I think there is the purple one, the blue one, and the orange one. Probably should have stuck to one colorway, but you know what? Oh well. Oh, here's the piece I lost, just hanging on my tag. How about that? And then I didn't know what else to do. I was like, okay, well, I got all this texture here, I had nothing here, and also the texture, you know, was white, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So the first thing I did is I took out these watercolor pearlescent things again, and I just thought I wanted to have a little blue on here because it was kind of, you know, this color. I wanted to have a little blue, so I took those pearlescent watercolors and I just went with blue and a little white and a little silver down the side here. And then in the background, where that wasn't, I needed something else, so I found, which I can't find now. Okay, I found these Prima. I think I got these off Peachy Cheap, actually. I'm pretty sure I did. I got, like, I don't know, several different Prima ones. I used this, and I stamped that going across many times in Memento Bamboo Leaves color ink pad, and I used this, which almost looks like a broomstick but with butterflies on it, or a fishing pole with butterflies on the end. Anyway, I stamped that in Rich Cocoa going up and down in several different places to add a little more background to this thing. I also found this, okay, I got thinking now, okay, this is about butterflies and plants, and what's this gonna be about? What's the meaning behind it? I'm kind of having a down day today, actually. I might seem a little up, but I'm not really. Anyway, so I found this Artsy Sentiments, and I actually had pulled it out for a different project, but this sentiment says live life, and I was thinking to myself, I really need to live life because some things going on with my mom and some other things going on. I just feel like life's too short. Maybe I'm frittering it away. Maybe I'm wasting my time because I'm not an artist trying to be one. You know what I mean? And I never will be an artist. I never will be. I like to play with all this wonderful artsy craftsy stuff, though. It is fun to me. I like doing it. But I'm having a little self-doubt here today on why am I doing it. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's get back to this. I put live life because that's important, and you know, butterflies really have a short life, so you have to live it while you have it, right? Okay, then I thought I need dimension, so I went digging through my wood veneers. I found a butterfly. I painted it gold with this gold Sharpie marker. I didn't immediately stick it up there. I was playing around with things. And then I remembered I had, of course I will never be able to find it right now. I have a paper, a card making kit. One sec. Oh my gosh, hang on, I'll be right back. Found it. I had gotten, it was like one of their one day only sales at Paper Wishes. They had, I think it was like 2 butterfly collections, they said, or something like that. It came with this giant butterfly, which wasn't with my embossing folder, so I didn't remember I had that. This watercolor butterflies artful card kit that I did not use. These gold butterflies that I did not use, foiled fancies butterflies, and then this. And here's what I use. There's another one behind it. So I thought that was perfect. So I held it up to the card. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling that. So I used that out of this butterfly die cuts from paperwishes.com. And so I put that on. I thought I did that actually before I stamped those backgrounds, and then I thought it needs more in the background. So that's when I pulled out those other stamps and did that. And then I thought, oh, and the Live Life, that's stamped on with a combination of the crumb cake and this gold color box. I really had trouble doing that because, of course, it's on texture. So I had the butterflies, I had this, I was playing around with the placement, did the backgrounds, felt like I needed more words, so I pulled out the Tim Holtz Ideology clipping stickers, was looking through those, and like I said, I was having kind of a ick day, so I put Dreams of Beauty. But then I put, to find she was so perfectly alone, because that sort of describes me. I love beautiful things. I love seeing beauty, but at the end of the day, I'm alone. It's just me. I mean, I know I have my kids and everything, but yeah. And then it just sort of looked bare up here, so I got this, I pulled out the February 2018 paper pumpkin box that I just got in my starter kit, and it had this twine that is I don't know what color it is. Probably it sort of matches the crumb cake, so I used that and I just wrapped it around 3 times, tied it in a knot here. I was going to put a bow, and then I didn't like the idea of the bow there, so I just put a little knot, and I don't mind the little end sticking up because it sort of makes it look like the tail from the butterfly. In fact, I might glue that down there to make it look like the tail. And then it just needed a little blingy bling or something, so I did add Spectrum Noir sparkle pen on the wings of the butterflies. I put glossy accents on the bodies of the butterflies, and I needed something up here. So up here it just looked too blah, and so I had this little Dollar Tree stamp, and I pulled out this little 3-flower thing, and all I did was take Versamark and stamped it with Versamark, and that I didn't emboss it. I just left it like that because it makes it look like tone on tone. I had learned that technique a while ago and done that before, so I like that. Just looked a little too bland still, so I went digging in my bling, and these Studio G from Walmart. I just put 2 blue blings on that gold butterfly to bring out the blue here and the blue down here, and then goodness me, some Simply Creative Adhesive Gems 3mm. I want to say I might have got these online from Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I'm not sure. And I used this row of yellow. I thought they'd come off in a strip. Yeah, no, they don't. They're individual. So I placed all these little yellow ones going across. One's a little crooked there. And one on the other side of this butterfly. And that is what I'm going to call a day. That is my project. I do love this. I didn't do anything on the back, and clearly it's got twine zigzagging all across. So I'll have to do something with that yet, but I'm calling this my project. This and my somewhat failure of a thank you card. So I don't know, guys. But that's why I was having a, why am I doing this kind of day? Because that just wasn't working for me, and this does work for me, but it's not at the level of the, in my opinion, as the one in the inspiration. So there we have it. Live life and dream about beauty. It is all around us. We just have to look for it, and I probably need to get out of the house soon and go out in nature for a little while, because, yeah, anyway. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you will hop along and have a more cheerful presentation by others. But that's, I mean, that's where I was at. I was having a crafter's block, or whatever you want to call it. But I guess I'm happy with this one. Not so happy with this one. But I need to hang this on my wall as inspiration for me, I guess, and hide the bottom statement. So, yeah. Live life while we have it. Alright guys, have a wonderful day. Hop along to the others, and I'll talk to you the next time. Bye for now.